So today, there you go, my man.
My main man, what's going on?
Not much, not much. Can't call it. So if this is your first time watching, Keep It Moving with me, Ivan Hunt, your man, right? I'm coming live from Miami, Florida. But today is a little bit different. So I really wasn't going to have a show today because the network is really closed. But I started thinking about it, right? And, what is Keep It Moving all about? It's all about empowering, motivating, encouraging, inspiring people to take ownership over their life so they can regain control and live a life that's full of purpose, passion, and meaning, right? So, I start off every show with a little chit chat with Ivan. And like I said, I wasn't going to have a show this week. And I started thinking about it. Like, okay, wait a minute. It's Independence Day. So if you notice, I want to show you my shirt, right? It says, I am a man. I started thinking about Independence Day. And, independence represents freedom. And there's a lot of ways I could have gone with this. But the biggest way I decided to go with it was freedom. What does that really mean? And freedom of the mind, right? So we live in a country that says we're the home of the brave and the land of the free, right? But there's really two Independence Days that our country one of them, our country doesn't recognize. So in July 4th, 1776, we became independent from Great Britain. Well, in the midst of that independence, there was a whole group of other people who were not free, right? That was the slaves. The slaves in our country at that time, they were not free. So yeah, we gained our independence from Great Britain, but that freedom really was just for a certain group of people, while another group of people didn't have their freedom. Because even at that time, they did not consider slaves or blacks to be equal, right? Like they were just a percentage of what they considered a man to be. So this shirt here represents I'm a man. So when Dr. King got killed, he was in Memphis, and they had a march, and the protest was about, sanitation workers, basically trying to have equal rights as other co-workers. So the slogan was, I am a man. So the other Independence Day is June 19th, 1883, 85, give or take. I'm off maybe a year or two. But that was when the slaves became free. So there's two Independence Days within our country. And I think it's important that we understand that. So also with independence, man, it's freedom of the mind. Now, why did that touch me? And why did that make a big deal to me? Well, our system, and system being our education system, really teaches or produces in-the-box thinkers, right? So we have this economy that is a capitalistic economy. It is driven by employees. So if you ask me, what do I do? Well, I'm a transformational coach. Well, what does that mean? I turn employees of life into CEOs over their lives. So I help you break free from that matrix. I saw a post that Antonio Smith put up earlier, that he watched The Matrix because he wanted the people around him to be unplugged. What does that mean to be unplugged? Well, if you remember The Matrix, to be unplugged meant you could think for yourself, right? And that's what freedom to me really means, the ability for me to be able to think for myself and to be able to make decisions independent of social programming and our societal norms. And so that's one of the things that really captures me and inspires me and motivates me. And what makes me want to be even a better coach is to help my clients to become independent thinkers, to break free or unplug from the matrix, so to speak. How do you do that? Well, first, you got to really understand who you are. And if you don't understand who you are, then you're just whoever you're told to be. So the biggest part of it is, what is your belief system? What is it that you believe? Because your belief system is really going to be the foundation of who you are. And your belief system is, maybe it's your religious views. Well, within each religion, there are certain concepts or accepted norms that we just automatically assume. Assume meaning we take on, we agree with, and we live our life accordingly. And then also within some of those religious beliefs, there are certain things that they say you can't do. So we live with these things. Your belief system is something that you are taught at a very early age. But when you grow up, you also have a decision to make now. You have the decision to see if this is what you really want to be. Do you really want to follow this particular belief system? Now, I'm not trying to get into any religious debate or anything like that. That's not what this is about. It's just simply to challenge you and ask yourself, well, what is it that I really believe? Because once you understand what you believe, then you can start looking at your values. Well, what's really important to me? You know, I value family, I value fun, and I value money, right? Or not fun, service. To me, service is fun. So I value family, I value service, I value money. Money because I want to make sure I have enough to take care of my family and to do things for my family. Money because in order for me to serve people, right, I need some type of, financial backing, right? So that's why it's important to me. That's why my three values are. So every decision I make, I can look at myself and say, okay, is it falling within one of these three categories or all three categories? What are my other values? Start looking at your values so you can start making better decisions for yourself. But see, if you don't know those things and if you really can't clearly articulate those things, then you can't really make effective decisions. So you're constantly going to be an employee of life. Life is going to tell you what to do. Life is going to be your boss. Well, if you really believe that you have the ability to manifest things for yourself, right? Some people call themselves master manifestors. Why? Because they can see what it is they want and they know how to trust their instinct. They know they're receptive to opportunities. They're receptive to those around them. They're receptive to collaborations. They're receptive to open doors. So they're able to manifest their future, whatever it is they want. But if you don't know, if you're an employee, you're just being told what to do. But when you become the CEO over your life, right, now you could tell life what to do. You dictate life. Now, life is going to happen. Things are going to happen. I understand that. That's out of our control. I get it. That's not the point. The point of it is you have the chance and the ability and the opportunity and the decision, because now you're aware of it, right, that you can manifest your own life, that you can tell life how you want to live life instead of life telling you how to live. Now, that's empowered. That's powerful. When you understand that you have that kind of, today's, Independence Day, we're talking about freedom, that you have the freedom to make a decision to control your life, to tell life what to do. Now that's powerful. That's just extremely powerful. So that's my little rant a little bit for the day. That's my little chit chat for the day. That independence, you have the freedom to dictate life. You have the freedom to become CEO over your life. So I'm gonna move in. There's no commercial breaks today. There's no commercial breaks. So I want to introduce my guest. And, there's not many people who captivate me. I'll put it that way, And when I met this man, instantly he caught my attention. Now, why? Well, was it his charisma? Was it his confidence? Was it his knowledge? I wasn't really sure. But for whatever reasons, he caught my attention. And I met him at a Les Brown seminar. And he's actually CEO and Director of Business Development and Operations for the Les Brown Institute. And so if you watch this show, then you know I'm a huge Les Brown fan. Went to the seminar, and he gave, he was one of the keynotes for one of the sidebar seminars. And I listened to this guy, and he challenged me on a mental level. And I think that's what it was. I found somebody who could challenge me mentally that I hadn't been challenged in a while. Because I had been in corporate, I was successful, so I got bored. So I hadn't really come across somebody who could challenge me mentally. But this young man did. And his name is Antonio T. Smith Jr. So on behalf of Keep It Moving family, I'm gonna do the applause for him. I'm gonna clap for him. You don't have to clap. I'm gonna clap for him. Because, I actually joined, he has a business institute.